Good morning, everyone. It's Sherry from She Be Stitchy World. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my Floss Tube channel. It's all about counted cross stitch and everything involved with it. Today is Friday, May 23rd, 2025. I'm looking at my notes, and it's Floss Tube number 86. And it's Memorial Day weekend already. Can you believe it? Near the end of May already? Wow. Can't believe it. I decided to go ahead and film a Floss Tube today because I want to start getting stuff put away. It's getting kind of like built up upstairs, so I brought everything downstairs. Some of it will go back upstairs. I hope everyone's had a good May. I've done a lot of stitching. I've got some finishes. I've started my June whip since I finished with my stitching for May. I have haul, not a lot of charts, but I went to Joann Fabrics twice this month. Woo-hoo-hoo! So I think we will just get right into it. First, we will do finishes and whips. Mine has been patriotic stitching. This year I decided to try to do holiday stitching for each month that it applies to. Like February is Valentine's Day, March is St. Patrick's Day. Well, May is Memorial Day, so it's patriotic stitching. I'll do patriotic stitching again in July and September. It's in my Mickey Mouse bag that I made. And that's the inside. And for my patriotic stitching, this is all the DMC floss that I've got. And I actually do have a couple of finishes. Okay, the first one, which I started on May 10th and I finished on May 16th. And this is 18 Ada. It's Patriotic Picnic by Primrose Cottage Stitches. This was a fun one to stitch. Even with all the little stars and everything, it was still a fun one to stitch. Here, let me get this so you can't see through it. And here's my finish. Yay! I really enjoyed stitching this. I couldn't put it down, so I just kept stitching on it for a few hours every day. And there we go. And the fabric was hand dyed by me. And I used all the call for DMC colors. I thought this turned out so cute. I don't know how I'm going to finish it yet. I almost wasn't going to do the border, and it's like, well, I need the border. I have to have the border. So that'll go into my finishing pile, which I hope to start doing soon. I need to do some finishing work. The next finish we have, I'll take it out of here, is Firework Kisses by Primrose Cottage Stitches. And it's a small one. Fabric hand dyed by me, and there's the finish. Is that right side up? Yep. So that'll be a cute one to put on like a small wall that I'll do. This took 2 days. I started it on May 3rd, finished it on May 5th, and it is 18 Ada, and I used all the call for DMC colors. So yeah, that turned out really cute. Another one I'll have to finish, so I'll put that over there so I know to put it in for my... I just put away a whole bunch of Easter ones that I finished. Now, this I did not finish, but I did start it, and it's called All American, and it's by Primrose Cottage Stitches. It was a Primrose Cottage Stitches kind of month in May. So there's that. I used 3 strands on 14 Ada. It's not finished. And that's how much I got done. And this was started on May 1st. Sorry, I was reading my notes. So that's how much I got done on that. I got tired of doing words. Not a big word person, but I'm getting there. So that's how much I got done on that. And that was my patriotic stitching for the month of May that I had planned. So I started with I had to go through and pick out some projects for June because I didn't have anything planned for June. I left it as a free month. And I decided to go back to Halloween. I love my Halloween stitching. So I'm doing Halloween stitching for the rest of May and probably most of June. This I'll probably take back upstairs and try to finish that one in July. Okay. So my current whip, first These are all the floss colors for my Halloween stitching for 2 projects. And I will go through and show a few of the flosses to show you what I'm doing. Okay, my current one is Haunted Hill Road by Little Stitch Girls. I love houses. There's just something about houses, especially when it looks like a street. And I'm doing this on 18 Aida, and I am changing the colors. And excuse the floss because I took it off my scroll frame right where I finished. Let's get this so that we can see it. Okay, there we go. And I'm doing the outside of the houses, all with variegated floss for the main color of the houses. The purple house is floss that I hand dyed, variegated, that I call Eggplant. The orange house is with DMC variegated 4124. And the greenhouse is with my variegated floss that I call Green Leaves. So those are the 3 houses. I did start another Halloween project by them, by Little Stitch Girl. And you'll see what I'm doing on that one also. So yeah, so this one I'll work on. I'm doing each of the houses. And then I'll go back and fill in like the roof. I'll do the roof maybe next. Maybe the windows, because the windows are all easy, all the same color. It's going fast. I started this, oh, I didn't put a start date. Oh yes, I started this on the 21st. So, it's not that I got a lot done. I stayed up till about 2 o'clock this morning. I haven't been sleeping much this month again. Now the other one that I've been working on by Little Stitch Girl is another row of houses. And this one is called Autumn Avenue. These houses seem to have more color for the basic of the houses. Again, fabric was hand dyed by me. There we go. And there's all 3 houses, the main part of the houses, and I can fill in the windows and everything else around it. Okay, now I also changed the colors for this. The yellow house is with Weeks Dye Works, number 2224 Squash. I like how that turned out. The orange, again, is with the DMC Variegated 4124. And the greenhouse is with Sulky Blendables, number 4020 Moss Medley. So yeah, the orange house for both projects that I'm doing by Little Stitch Girls, the same color. And it's like sort of like a coffee stain type looking fabric. But I really like that. And then I'll go back and start stitching on this again with the windows or maybe the trees on the side or whatever. So those are the first 2 projects I got started for Halloween. Now the floss. This is the purple that I'm using, called Eggplant, that I dyed. Then we have, this is the DMC Variegated. I'm going to use this, which is a DMC for the trees on the one project. Then we have Green Leaves that I dyed myself that I'm using for the house. I was going to use this for one of the orange houses, but I started with it and I decided against it. It's the Sulky Blendables. Or I could use this for the houses if it's not the same color. And then this is the green that I used. Sulky Blendables that I might use for houses also. So yeah, this is going pretty fast for these houses. I'm enjoying them. Trying to keep everything together. And so far, that's what I've been stitching on for Halloween. And then I also have other plans. Once I get tired of working on those. I have Madame Chantilly, a cup of Halloween that I might start. Madame Chantilly's Me and the Monsters tier tray. And for that one, I have a purple fabric picked out. Then we have Madame Chantilly's Halloween Caroline. It's a whole bunch of houses. Like I said, I love the houses. And I'm doing that on sort of a purplish green fabric that I dyed. So those are in my plans for June. Might as well just do plans since I have everything in the one. Unfortunately, I ran out of Halloween bags, so I had to put it in a patriotic bag that I made. There's the inside. And then I also have Erin Elizabeth DeLine's Halloween Tier. And the fabric that I have for that, sort of a purplish, greenish aqua. I love working on the tier trays too. Those are so cute. Then we have the Stitchy Witchy Smalls. Here, let me take my card out. Sorry. There's the Stitchy Witchy Smalls by Erin Elizabeth. I love her designs too. They're easy to follow instructions. The charts are easy to read. And I'm doing that sort of like an orangey peach. 16 Ada. Then we have, again, houses. And this is the one I was looking for, and I couldn't find it. It's in my Erin Elizabeth Pumpkin Lane Sampler. I think that is so pretty. I like it. I love the color of the pumpkins. I love the houses. And that is being done on a darker, I don't know, brownish green that I dyed. So yeah, so those will be my stitching projects for June. I would be busy, busy, busy. I've been, oh, and then this is all the floss for that. And I may change some colors along the way. So that's all the floss for those. So I have 2 sets of floss in my bag for everything. I have plans for lots of stitching. I had like 3 nights where I stayed up till 4 in the morning because I couldn't sleep, so I just stitch. I've been having a lot of nights where I can't sleep, unfortunately. I guess that happens when you get old, huh, people? Tell me. I just don't sleep much anymore these days. And if I do, it's during the day for about 4 hours. Me and the furry babies will lay on the couch and just kind of like fall asleep. Take a short nap. And then I take a short nap after my husband gets home and after dinner. So we take about an hour nap then. But I do enjoy my stitching. I have to admit that. Okay. Haul. Haven't bought too many new patterns. First one is Art Mishka. And it's the Pumpkin Cottage. I thought that was really cute. I like different houses. I have to pick up my fabric. I haven't picked out fabric yet for these. Then we have Shannon Christine Designs. And this is Egg Wagon. I think that is so cute. And I just saw on Instagram somebody finished this next one. And it was adorable. And I like the change. She had a slight change to eggs. She made the word eggs into like a darker pink. And I think I'll do the same thing. So this one is called Bottoms Up. That is really cute. I really like that too. That's adorable. So those are the only 3 charts. Now for the piece of the resistance. Whatever, however you say it. Wait, what's in here? Wait. Let's do this first. No, we'll do this last. As everyone knows, Joann Fabrics is closing. I went about 2-3 weeks ago. I swore the last time that I went, I wasn't going back, but I decided to because I remembered one of the workers telling me that they did have more cross-stitch stuff to put out. So I took a chance, and I'm glad I went because my first trip to Joann Fabrics, sorry for the crinkling, DMC floss was on sale. Floss, as you know, is 66 cents, and it was 50% off. Most of this is floss. So I went in, and I grabbed a whole bunch. They had it neatly organized. They had it in the numbered sections, but they weren't the right numbers to the section, so I just grab. As you can see, I grab. So then, I went out to the car, and I thought, you know what? it's probably never going to be this cheap again. And with them closing, they do have a sign on their door that says 10 days till store is closing. So I went back in and I bought more floss. I figured, you know, for that price, get it while I can get it. You never know what's going to happen. So yeah, that's not it, folks. So that's the first trip that I went and bought the floss. I went this week again because I was out running errands. I said, you know what, I'm going to stop in at Joann Fabrics one last time. And that's when they had the store closing in 10 days. Walked around the whole store. I'd have to say about 75% of it is blocked off, empty shelves. One of the workers says they had their last truckload about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. So they're not getting any more stock. So whatever's left is left. They're going to start selling their shelving and everything else in the store. So I went and looked at DMC floss. They replenished it. Well, no, they didn't replenish it. Nobody bought probably anything from the last time I was there 2 weeks ago. This time it was 40 cents off. I only paid 26 cents a skein for floss. I think it was like 60% off, I think. So yeah, so I did this thing, and you know, for 26 cents a skein, you're never going to see it that cheap again unless you find it at a thrift store. So I did that thing. My husband thinks I'm nuts. He says, you're never going to live to use it. And I says, yes, I will. Maybe not all of it. But I mean, I go through a few hundred skeins a year because with all the stitching that I do. I just went through like 10 skeins with the stitching this month alone. That's how much stitching I've been doing. So, without further ado, let's see how we're going to show this. Let's dump it. This is from my first trip that I took 2 trips in. And this ain't gonna work. Okay, so there we go. We got all kinds. They had all kinds of colors. I mean, it was pretty well stocked with DMC floss. And I was really surprised. A lot of people have said their stores have had nothing for weeks for cross stitch. Some of them have said their Joann Fabric stores have closed. So yeah, I got all of this my first trip. And of course, that wasn't enough for me. So my second trip, I just went and went boom, 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 grabbed what I could. I think I left maybe 10% of skein. I think I bought probably 90% of it. This is a lot of browns, greens, yellows. I was a happy camper. I will put this someplace and store it and not use it right away unless I need a color and I have to go looking through all this because I found another small bag in my craft room that I haven't put away. Because I don't have any room to put this in numerical order, and I'm not going to go through all these. So yeah, so that's all the floss that I bought. Happy, happy camper. I'll never run out. And I can substitute colors all I want. I've done it, so that's no problem there. So while at Joann Fabrics, my husband orders silver rings. He got this cute little box. So I said, let me keep it. It's nice, heavy duty, nice, well made. I can use it for something, to store something in it. I said, let's keep it. Fabrics were 60% off. I don't really need fabrics. I have 3-hole cabinets filled with fabrics, but I love my Disney fabric, and you have to buy 2 yards at a time. But for 60% off, I got some more Halloween. 2 yards of each. And they were pretty busy. The ladies were still cutting. I have to admit that at my Joann's, the regular workers are still there. So, you know, I'm happy to see that they're sticking it out for the rest of the time that they're there. They didn't have much wood stuff, but these were marked down to $2.47 each. Pumpkins that you hang on the wall, so I can paint them and I can put cross stitch on them. That's where I used to buy all my wood stuff. Then they had scissors on sale for 60% off. And I love Fiskars, so I bought green, and I think there's 3 pairs in here, I think. 5-inch, 7-inch, and an 8-inch. 3 pairs in that one. And my favorite ones that I cut with for fabrics is the white color pair. But the blades are going dull. So yeah, so they had a whole bunch of scissors again. They still had a whole bunch of scissors the last time I went, but I figured I don't need that. So yeah, so that's my haul for this month. I was so happy I went back to Joann's. You know, I was talking to the one girl this last time, and I says, are you going to stick it out to the end? She goes, I was here when they built it. I'll be here when they tear it down. I feel bad for them because some of them have been there for 20 years. They've been there since the new Joann's was built when they moved. And I was trying to figure out how many years I've been going. I think I've been going to Joann Fabrics for, what, 30, 40 years? I remember the stores were smaller. They were messy. There was no room to put everything. I mean, their fabric cutting counter, they had no room for fabrics in the old store. The store was always a mess, but I always enjoyed going in there. So I will miss the regular workers. I told them all goodbye again. I says, good luck. Hope everything works out. But yeah, I'll miss going to my Joann Fabrics. That was like a weekly trip there for a while for me. And I admit, I'll miss going there. I don't go out shopping as much as I do because of my legs, but you know, when you needed something, you go there. And it was the place for fabrics. Michael's is adding fabrics, but they don't have as much as Joann Fabrics. Hobby Lobby, it's not as close. It's like a half-hour's drive away, and I don't go there that often either. Those are the only two stores left for fabrics around here. And Floss, I always went to Joann Fabrics because they were the cheapest out of the 3 craft stores we have around here. So yeah, so it's the end of an era. I won't be going back to Joann's again because there's nothing left. I bought them out of the Floss. Okay, I changed my traveling stitchy plans. My husband will be going in for a test either next week. No, the week after. In 2 weeks, sorry. In 2 weeks. So I wanted to get something put together, something easy. And I got all of my mugs from Shannon Christine. So I'll be working on one of these. I think I'll probably start working on this one. They're easy because if I start in the middle, it's one solid color stitching. So yeah, I just put all these in one project bag. And these will be my travel plans. I don't have fabric yet for that. And the Christmas ones will all be done on the green. And I'm doing all of these on 18 count, so they fit on the wood mugs that I showed in one of my previous videos. So yeah, so these are my travel projects for now. I already have all the floss picked out. I just have to put it on a small ring. I just have to remember to take it with me the day that he gets his test because it'll probably be a good 2 hours for testing. So yeah, so that's all of my stitching. That's all of my haul. That's all of my plans. We're not doing anything this weekend. We're staying home. We may go shopping one day. I'm not sure. I'll probably just stick around here and do stitching because I got the laundry done. No yard work. We have a kid that does our yard work. I can't do it anymore. So yeah, so I hope you have a good Memorial Day weekend. Enjoy the rest of the month of May. And happy June coming up. Thanks for joining me. Please hit subscribe and like. And if you like my videos, please let your friends know. I'm trying to get up to 700 subscribers. I know I don't have a lot of subscribers like some do. But yeah, pass the word along. And I will continue to do these even though I'm still not comfortable in front of the camera, as you can tell. Okay, until next time, I'll see you in June. Bye-bye.